In this video, I want to share with you my top 20 keyboard shortcuts that you can use in Microsoft Excel to have one of the best experience using the platform. Okay, so you don't have to always move from your keyboard to the mouse or from your keyboard to the mouse pad. You can stay consistently or continuously on the keyboard to be more effective and more active and to have the best of experience with Microsoft Excel. So to start with, I will start with the most common ones that we all know. When you have a blank sheet, okay, you can press Ctrl S to save it. When you have a new sheet, a new worksheet, you can always press Ctrl S to save it. Alternatively, you can come over to the file over here, and come and save that directly. And this is the same feature. You can click on save to navigate to select the particular position, either save or save as, to navigate to the particular position, and then you can save your document directly. So that's Ctrl S. It saves the document directly as you are working. You can always be pressing Ctrl S to save it. Okay, Ctrl P on the other side is going to trigger the print menu, and you can always select the print properties and then you can print your document. So with Ctrl P, it will just get you here and you can just click on print, or you can check on the print menu how you want to print it. Is it in PDF or in the normal printer? You select your device and you can print it directly. So the third shortcut is Ctrl T. Ctrl T will trigger and change the Excel data into tables. So for example, let's say this is a table, okay, but it's within an Excel sheet. So let's try to convert it into a real table, and you see. So by selecting the entire data, I could just press Ctrl T and it's going to trigger this, and it's going to ask me whether my table has headers, and they say yes, it has headers, sales, loss and profit. And once I click on OK, you can see it has just converted to a table. Okay, you can see it's well designed, even with coloration, with varying coloration and all that. It has converted it into a table. So this is Ctrl T. The fourth shortcut key is the use of the Control plus the left and right and the top bottom arrows. For example, at the home page or at the home cell, okay, cell number A2, when you click on Control and the left arrow, it's going to take you to the extreme end at the top right. You can see it over there, and you can press the same arrow again, a down arrow, and it's going to take you to the extreme end at the bottom. So the same holding Control key and pressing the left arrow is going to bring it to the extreme end or bottom left of the cell. So the same way you can take it up to the last cell, and the same way to the extreme cell. Okay, so Control plus the arrow key, shift the cell to move the cursor to the left or to the extreme ends of the cells. The next is Control D, which duplicates a particular cell. So for example, I want to duplicate this cell. The first option is to copy it and then paste it in the next cell, and you can see it directly. But alternatively, I can select that particular cell. For example, I select this cell and I can come to the extreme end over here and click to drag it, and then I can still duplicate the same cells. Okay, but in this case, using Ctrl D, all you need to do is to select that particular cell and then drag it to any number of cells that you want to reproduce it, and then you can just press Ctrl D and it's going to automatically transfer all the data on those cells, okay, or the same data. It's going to duplicate it on all those same cells. Okay, and you can just see it very easily. So that's Ctrl D to duplicate in the most professional way. The next is Ctrl A. Ctrl A, when you select anywhere within the cell, pressing Ctrl A is going to select the entire workbook. Ctrl A, you can see it selects the entire workbook. When you press Ctrl A again, it's going to select the entire worksheet. Okay, so you can see the difference. Ctrl A, select the entire workbook, and then Ctrl A again, select the entire worksheet. So whenever you press Ctrl A, you can select the entire worksheet, and you can press Ctrl C to copy that worksheet, and you can see it over here. You just copied everything in this worksheet. Okay, so we can go to the next sheet, for example, and do Ctrl V to paste, and you can see it has pasted the entire worksheet, workbook over here. All right, so Control C to copy and Control V to paste, and you can do so on different sheets. The next is on any worksheet or on any space or on any cell that you are pressing. Control plus Shift is going to select that entire column. Control plus Shift is going to select the entire column where that cell is. Okay, anywhere it is, assuming it is at the first cell, you just press Control and the Shift key is going to select the entire column. On any cell that you are, press on Shift and space is going to select the entire row. Okay, Shift plus space is going to select the entire row. Wherever you are, Shift plus space is going to select the entire row that you are talking about. Okay, so you can see the details even at the end of it all. You don't have to keep dragging to know which details you are targeting. So at any given point, if you are trying to know the number at this point, just hold Shift and space and it's going to show you the entire row, and you can navigate around up to the point you're looking for. On any cell that you are, pressing Control 0 is going to hide that particular cell. Okay, Control 0 is going to hide that cell. Okay, you can undo and you can see Control 0 to hide the cell. If you're on a given row, for example, you selected row 12, you press Control 9, is going to hide the entire row. Control 9 is going to hide the entire row. Okay, so Control 9, you can undo, you can say Control 9 to hide the entire row. So it's going to hide it with just Control 9. Control Shift plus space will select the entire workbook. Okay, if you press Control Shift plus space, is going to select the entire workbook also, and this is going to select the entire workbook with just Control Shift plus space. The next controls have to do with the ribbons at the top. Okay, the Alt H is going to bring you to the Home tab in the ribbon wherever you are. So assuming we are on the Data tab and we want to navigate to the Home tab, we just press on Alt H and it's going to bring us back to the Home tab. So wherever, on whichever tab you are, you press Control Alt H, is going to bring you back to the Home tab, and you can work accordingly. At whatever tab you are, if you press Alt N, it's going to bring you back to the Insert tab. So let's say you are on the Review tab and we press on Alt N, it's going to bring us back to the Insert tab, and you are free to have access to the various features. Okay, you can have access to the various features on the Insert tab. So with Alt N, on whichever ribbon, on whichever tab, is going to bring you back to the Insert tab. In the same way, Alt P will bring you back to the Page Layout tab. Okay, so let's say from the Help tab, we can press on Alt P to bring us back to the Page Layout. Okay, so wherever you are, on whichever tab, Alt P will bring you back to the page layout. So the next two controls are with respect to the zooming in and zooming out of the worksheet. Control plus Alt plus the plus sign is going to zoom in. So Control plus Alt plus sign is going to zoom in the worksheet. Okay, and Control plus Alt plus the minus sign is going to zoom out the worksheet. Okay, so you can see it very easily. You can zoom in or zoom out with just Control plus Shift plus the negative sign or positive sign accordingly. And the last control, or the last shortcut key that we have, is the Alt plus F plus E, that is going to export the worksheet entirely. Alt plus F plus E will export the worksheet directly. Okay, so you can see it over here. You can export as PDF, or you can change file type from here. So wherever you are while you're working, Alt plus Shift, Alt plus F plus E will automatically export the document, and you can just highlight you want to create a PDF or XPF or an XPS file. You can just easily use that to export your workbook. Okay, very easily. Okay, so this is about the top 20 shortcut keys that I have on Microsoft Excel that you can use to ease your activities or ease your experience as you work on Microsoft Excel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification buttons to stay connected to this channel for more of our very, very useful videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.